Here for an NCAA Division III Championship first round post-game press conference with the Stevens Ducks following their 15-8 victory over Springfield on Saturday afternoon on Stag Field. We're joined by student athletes Leiby, Stefanie, Sellitto, and head coach Karen Basciano. Coach, if you could just provide us an opening statement on today's first round victory.
Yeah, I'm really happy with our team's performance. I think the first 5 minutes you could definitely see nerves from both sides, but we were able to pull it together. And I think one thing that I'm really proud of with our team is the team play and just everyone being threats on the field and contributing to a full team win.
Coach, this is your third year in a row now that you'll make it to the second round of the NCAA tournament. Just talk about what maybe is a little bit different about this group in particular.
Yeah, I think that dynamic of having so many threats on the field, we don't rely on just one person. So when teams want to put different matchups against certain players, we have other players step up, and that's been a big focus all year.
Stefanie, talk about your performance today. Obviously did a little bit of everything relative to 3 goals and then the 9 draw controls. Just talk about how you've kind of stepped into your own now this year for the Ducks.
Yeah, losing some big players last year, I think it was nice to have gotten to play under them and getting some leadership from them, but this year, just looking to do a little bit of everything. I'm a two-way midi for us, so I get to work with both the defense and offense, and I think it's nice that we have like 2 really strong groups, especially on defense. It's a very organized unit. No goal is one person's problem, and that's like our big thing. Overall, just being like really team-minded, especially like what Coach was just saying with the offense. It's big, especially we have 7 people out there, but even big depth on the bench, being able to rely on anyone to score, and I think that's really key to our success.
Emily, talk about the flow of the game a little bit today. Kind of, at one point you were all around 10-3, and Springfield kind of, made a charge back, scored a couple in a row, Coach called a timeout. Maybe just talk about how you guys responded out of that timeout, maybe just what the flow of the game was like for you all.
Yeah, so we always talk about starting our game strong, and I think that that's something that we did do. Obviously, there's going to be ebbs and flows to the game, so it was a smart timeout as far as we needed a break to kind of like get ourselves together. But that's one of the things we've been working on all season. I don't think anything usually, comes easy to us, and I think that's something we pride ourselves on. So I think that, it's good to have those moments because we know that we can fight back out of them, and I think that's been a lot of our season, and we proved ourselves again today that we can fight out of that.
Stefanie, what was it like to get back to the national stage, to have the opportunity? Obviously, you hit the road up to Massachusetts, but knowing that the Stevens team is back in the national tournament, what's that experience like?
I think it's a great experience. Last year, we're just always trying to be better than we were last year. So last year, unfortunately, I did second rounds, just looking to continue to do more and more each year, but taking one game at a time.
Coach, with that said, obviously looking at the next step tomorrow, showdown with another nationally ranked opponent, perhaps in college. Just your thoughts heading into that one.
Yeah, we're excited to be challenged again. I do think that we have the tools to be successful in tomorrow's game, but we just need to show up and play as a team like we've been talking about.
Emily, obviously today a big factor was how effective you all were on the draw controls. Just talk about maybe the focus Coach puts on that. Obviously Stefanie got a lot of them, but just knowing that somebody once said you win the draw, you rule the world. Just talk about how important those draws are.
We always talk about that as well. That is a good phrase to use about like keeping the possession. That's going to be the defining factors, especially when we start to play these good teams. It's something we've put a lot of thought and practice into this year, putting a lot of extra time into it and really making it a mental game. We know that we have the physical strength to do so, so we just are making